Hey everybody, this is Coaster Crazy 10 and welcome to another video. This is going to be a video of my PlayStation 1 collection. This was requested by Tyler, aka PS1 Collector Forever. I'm going to leave a link to his channel below. His name's Tyler. As I said, he puts up videos. He's a big PS1 collector, as his name would suggest. And based on the PS1 games I was picking up in the past couple weeks or so, he wanted to see what games I had. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Right now it's not raining, but about 2 minutes ago it was absolutely pouring. It was like a monsoon. So if the rain kicks up and there's loud noises or whatever, it's just the rain. My house isn't falling down around me or anything. So let's go ahead and get into it. It's not the largest collection that I have by any means, but I do have quite a few good games. I am going to warn you guys, I haven't played a lot of these games yet because most of the games I've been playing are on PS2, PS3 right now, but I will get to a lot of these at some point. First one here is Ace Combat 2. I'm familiar with the series. I've played a little bit of the PlayStation 2 versions, but I haven't actually popped this one in. This was a trade. I think this was a trade with John Dez, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. This next game is Army Men, World War, Land, Sea, Air. Again, I haven't played this yet, but I've heard good things about the Army Men series. So I'll give that a try someday soon. Excuse me. The next three games here are Crash Bandicoot games. The first one here is Crash Bash. I'm fairly certain this is like a Mario Party kind of ripoff. I haven't popped this in quite yet. Got this in a package from Coaster Mill's blog, and all these games are complete. I don't really care much about it being a collector's edition or it being a greatest hits or what have you. It really doesn't matter to me for my PlayStation 1 games. It's not that big of a deal. The next one is Crash Team Racing CTR. Love this game. It's a lot of fun. A lot of people think it's superior to Mario Kart on the 64. I don't know about that, but I do think it's a very good game. It's definitely worth picking up if you can find it for a good price. Last Crash game that I have here is Crash Bandicoot Warped. It's another good Crash Bandicoot game. I may have played this at my friend's house when I was younger. I'm not entirely sure. I don't know which Crash Bandicoot games I played. Next game here is Driver 2. It's Greatest Hits. I think it's a 2-disc game, and I got this at a Goodwill. Yeah, it's a 2-discer. This is complete, and I got it at a Goodwill for like $2.50. I haven't played it yet, but I've heard it's pretty good. It's kind of like a Grand Theft Auto, Saints Row kind of thing. I've heard the Driver series as a whole is pretty decent. The next game here is Fighting Force. Again, this is something I got at Goodwill half off. The main reason I picked this up is because my friend, who's also going to be my roommate next year, recommended this to me just based on how bad it is. He just felt it was so terrible that it was worth picking up if I ever saw it, and so I found it at a Goodwill, and I just had to pick it up. I couldn't really resist. This is a recent pickup. This is the last pickup video that I did, most likely when this gets posted. It's Final Fantasy VII. This is the Black Label, the early release Masterpiece misprint version. Quote-unquote rare. It's really not rare. But I'm glad to get this version because this is the hardest one to get a hold of. And I'd probably end up getting a regular Black Label of this sometime down the line. I'm not really going to seek it out since I have the game, but if I ever find it in another lot, I'll probably pick it up. So this is next on my playlist. Bumped right to the top when I got it. Alright, next game here is Final Fantasy IX. I've heard good things about this game as well. I've heard most people either like it second best to 7 or prefer it to 7 out of the PlayStation 1 Final Fantasies. So this would probably go on pretty much right after I finish 7. I need to get started on that because I know it's a long game, so I might get started on that this week while I'm waiting to order computer parts. The next game here is Final Fantasy Chronicles. It's Final Fantasy IV and Chrono Trigger. I do believe this has been resealed, unfortunately, but I don't know if this was resealed or not. Honestly, I'm just going to leave it as it is. I have both of these games for portable systems, so I can just play them that way. The next game's in the same boat. It's Final Fantasy Origins, Final Fantasy 1 and 2. I have both of these for the PSP. So I'm going to leave this sealed. It probably isn't the original seal, although it does have a regular CD seal on the top. There's just no label or anything, so I'm not sure about that, but I'm going to leave it as it is in case it is sealed or something. Again, I can play the game, so it's not worth unsealing it if that's how they originally were. Next game here is Gran Turismo, and I also have Gran Turismo 2. Gran Turismo 1 is greatest hits, obviously. Gran Turismo 2 is Black Label. Big fan of the Gran Turismo series. I've pretty much almost beaten Gran Turismo 3, and I really need to get into Gran Turismo 4 and 5, but it's a lot of the same. And the Gran Turismo 5, it's kind of weird. I enjoy the racing, but there's just so much going on around the racing that it kind of detracts from the experience, in my opinion. Like, the menus are all messed up, and the music, you can put your own music in it, but you can't play it really loud, which is kind of half the point of putting your own music in the first place, but whatever. This game, don't laugh, this is a game that I got a long time ago, pretty much right when the PS2 came out. I was looking for some games to play on the PS2, and PlayStation 1 games were cheap at the time. This is Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. I was a big fan of Harry Potter when I was little, and I still watch all the movies. And this game actually wasn't too bad. It wasn't great by any means, don't get me wrong, but it wasn't a bad game, especially for a movie game. I didn't mind it. The next game here is Heart of Darkness. Again, I picked this up recently on my trip to Disc Replay, and this is a cinematic platformer, and apparently the first game to have an orchestrated like a soundtrack, I guess. Well, it's the first game that was started to be developed. It was preceded by some other games, but that's just because it took forever to develop this. Sorry. This isn't a super common game, and even though it's supposed to be pretty short, it's still 2 discs because of all the FMVs and all that stuff. So if you see this for cheap, go ahead and pick it up. I've heard really good things about it, and I'm looking forward to playing that. I'll probably play that in around Final Fantasy VII. Another RPG for the PlayStation 1, The Legend of Dragoon. Recently picked this up at a thrift store for $5. You'll see most of these games I really just recently picked up. I just have had a very good streak of finding, PlayStation 1 games in the wild. I've heard that this is kind of a slight deviation from Final Fantasy VII's battle system, with some timing elements from Owen, Libasu 77. And, it sounds interesting, and I definitely want to give it a shot, but I have a lot of RPGs in the wings to play, so we'll see when that gets put on, I guess. Next game here is Mega Man 5. Again, I picked this up recently at the Disc Replay. I haven't played this yet. I have Mega Man 6 for the NES, and I've been playing that on and off. They really kick my butt, but they're fun. And I kind of feel like this is going to be, it's not going to be a rare game by any means. It's not going to be the Mega Man game to get, but Mega Man games tend to hold their price pretty well, as Jeff mentioned. So, I'm going to certainly hold on to it. I wasn't planning on doing anything with it, but, maybe someday they'll be worth something. I don't know. Not like I'm planning on selling it, I'm just saying. Next game here is Metal Gear Solid. This was, ironically, the last of the Metal Gear Solid games that I got. And, I got this for I got it for effectively free at Disc Replay, and this game, again, something I haven't played yet. I have a lot of games on the PS1 that I need to play, but very looking forward to the day that I get to sit down and play all the Metal Gear Solid games. I'll play 1 through 3 because I've already beaten 4, but that'll be the first one to play, obviously. The next game is Parasite Eve. I got this case and manual only in a mystery box last summer, and just over this past school year I actually picked up the discs, so now I do have it complete. I don't have the special edition soundtrack or whatever disc, but I have all 3 of the game discs, so nice to have this complete. Again, another RPG to add to the list to play. They just take so long. Next game here is Quake 2. Sorry, my nose is really itchy. I picked this up at a yard sale for $1, and I haven't played it yet. I got really into Quake 3 Arena on the PC. Gosh, that was 5-6 years ago. It was really fun. If Quake 2 is anything like that, I'll probably enjoy it. And if I get a couple hours of enjoyment out of it, it'll be certainly worth $1. Next game here is Resident Evil Director's Cut. I got this in the same mystery box as I got Parasite Eve, the case and the manual. And this is a game, I've heard it's, obviously the Resident Evil series is very good. But I've heard, obviously the Director's Cut is probably going to be superior to the original version, so I'm glad that I own this. And I own almost every Resident Evil now except for 3 Nemesis. So if I can get a hold of that, I'll have the whole series. I've crossed pretty much all the platforms you can get Resident Evil, but yeah, I'm looking forward to playing this. Again, just a huge pile of PlayStation 1 games to play eventually. I know. I'll get there eventually. Next is the obligatory 3 original Spyro trilogy: Spyro the Dragon, Ripto's Rage, and Year of the Dragon. I think I got all of these about the same time that I got the Harry Potter game. These cases were not taken very well care of. My brother kind of destroys things sometimes, but he's gotten better about that, by the way. But anyways, I loved these as a kid, and I played them all the time. And I will find Black Label copies of them eventually in order to have them in better condition. I have 2 Tomb Raider games. I have Tomb Raider: The Last Revelation and Tomb Raider 3: The Adventures of Lara Croft. I don't know if this is the second one or the first one. I'm going to probably say it's the second one. Yeah, they're fun games. When my dad got them, I wasn't really at the level to understand like how to play this game. I wasn't very good at video games at that point, and so even though it was obviously geared towards the older audience with Lara Croft, but the gameplay itself I didn't really quite get the hang of just because I was too young. I will play those eventually because they are very good games and they're not too terribly long. Last game here is Uprising X, and I got this at a thrift store, flea market, or something to fill up a deal. It was a flea market, and he was like, "Yeah, pick one, and I'll give it to you for like $1." So I picked this because it looked like the most, valuable game that he had. So whatever. And then I also have one Japanese PlayStation 2 game. This is Kid Clown in Crazy Chase 2, and I have not played this yet. I have no idea what this is. It kind of looks like a platformer, maybe like similar vein to Klonoa. I'm really not sure. If anyone knows about this game, let me know, but I'm pretty certain not many people know about this, at least American YouTubers. I certainly did not. I got this in a mystery box as well, and I was like, I don't even know what this is. I didn't know what to expect with the game. So, there's my PlayStation 1 collection. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hopefully I didn't ramble on too terribly much. Thank you guys very much for watching. I've got a few more videos coming down the pipe. Notably my computer overview. I'm just going to wait until I get all my parts and get it all set up and everything, and I'll show you guys what's in it. And hopefully I'll be able to do component reviews once I get everything working and know that everything is working correctly. And I'm planning on going garage sailing this coming weekend. Depending on when this video is uploaded, that may be relevant, that may be not. But there should be a garage sale video posted around the time this is posted. So stay tuned for those videos, and hopefully I'll have some more pickups soon. Now that my computer's paid off, I'll be able to go thrifting and spend some more money on eBay. So stay tuned for more videos, guys, and I'll see you guys in a few days with a new video.